First, just want to congratulate Tennessee on a great season. It was a great basketball game. I thought it was up and down the floor at times. Some impressive shots were made by both teams. I thought our crowd was great. It was just a really, really exciting college basketball game. I'd also like to thank, again, Tom and Christine and everybody with the University of Louisville, our athletic department, the Yum Center, all the volunteers, just for putting on such a first-class event. This is not possible without all of them. I'm quite aware of that, and we don't take it for granted. So I just want to make sure I said thank you to all of them.
Okay, Coach, all right, we'll take questions. Here we go.
First question from Mariya. What was your mindset going into the fourth quarter, and can you describe some of those plays where you got the big threes?
My mindset was we've come so far. We can't give up now, and I need to do whatever I could to make sure my team pushed through. And so not only was it trying to hit big shots, but it was also making sure that when they made a mistake, just to let them know it was okay and to keep going.
Follow up for Asia. What did you see in Mariya? It seemed like you were looking for her there late.
I saw that she was very confident. Basically what she just said, she didn't want to lose, and I think that she showed that when she came up clutch with those 2 threes in a row. I mean, I was just so hyped. I'm so excited, and I'm proud of my team as well, and I think we fought hard. This was a great game, and our fans are so amazing, and I'm just so happy to be here as well.
Asia, you and Mariya were responsible for 14 straight points in a row there. Did you have any idea that you two were going to be the keys to start the fourth quarter?
I had no idea. I was just trying to focus on stop, score, stop, because I know for us to score as a team, we have to get stops first, and that's what we did. We did as a team. We came up with some huge stops, and I was just so happy to see those stops that took place.
Over here.
Myisha, what was it like for you matching up with Diamond? Because it seemed like in the beginning you guys were giving each other a little bit of trouble, and then your game really opened up in the second half.
Well, she's a great player, projected to go high in the draft, so it's just basically trying to keep her in front of me. And I know I had my teammates help in the back. If she beat me, I know my teammates were going to be there to help, and then I would have their back. So it was just a team effort, though, but just trying to keep her in front because she's such a great player and she's so fast, and her pull-up jumpers, it's the best probably in the country. So it was just trying to keep her in front and knowing that my teammates would have my back too.
Asia, it was a tight game throughout, but you guys, over here against the wall, but you guys it was a tight game throughout, but you guys held a slight advantage for most. What was the message from Coach when Tennessee did go on that run and took a 5-point lead?
Well, coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a game of runs. So that's what Coach Walz stressed to us way before the game even started. He told us it's going to be a game of runs, but we have to get stops first. And I think we got like 3 stops in a row, I think. And that was huge because then we came down and scored as well. So we just had to get stops.
Tim.
For Mariya, back here. Back here.
Got you.
After I think the 4th of your 5 3-pointers, you made a gesture that looked like you were putting pistols in a holster. Was that an accurate description? And if so, what was the message you were sending?
I'm going to be honest.
She was feeling pretty good after our last 5 games. I think she was 1 for 21 from the 3-point line, so she could have done a cartwheel for all I can.
I was so happy because Coach always stresses how we need to get in the gym, and so after the ACC tournament, I've been in the gym as much as I can, and so to finally see the hard work paying off, I was just so happy. And I knew, like, before the game, I was like, right, like, if we do this, don't celebrate, get back on defense. So I don't even know what happened, really. I'm gonna have to look at the replays, but it just came out.
Over on this side of the room now.
Okay, Asia, in the first quarter, well, I think second quarter, you had like 9 points, and then you kind of had that rough stretch, and you seemed kind of frustrated there. I mean, it seemed like it just took one basket to kind of get it out of you. If you can just go back to that point and feel like you were pressing, and maybe that was part of it.
I think the most important thing for me is to stay patient. Coach Sam, he told me a few times, slow down. I think I was playing way too fast, and once I finally calmed down, I finally started to see the ball go in, and that was good. But I think it all started on the defensive end, getting stops first, because that's what gets us going.
Back of the room.
This one's for Myisha and Mariya, whoever would like to start. Tennessee had never lost a second-round game. I think the number was 28-0 coming in. So what does that say about not only the level of competition in the second round, but the accomplishment of beating them?
Am I supposed to say it? What's all right?
Well,
you got it right.
This is the first time we're hearing of that, but regardless of if they had lost or hadn't lost, we just came to play our game. And it's a huge accomplishment. I mean, all these second-round games have been very competitive, so we weren't expecting ours to be any different, but I'm just happy our team was able to pull through.
Myisha.
Like she said, I mean, it's the first time we heard of that, so thanks. But it's March Madness, and anything can happen. And, they came and played their best game of basketball, and we also did. So, I mean, two great teams just going at it, anything can happen, and we were lucky enough to get the win in front of our fans because, last year we weren't unable to accomplish that goal, but just knowing like this year we were able to do it in front of an amazing crowd. The crowd was loud. When we were down, they were still with us. Even when we were up, they were still with us. So, I mean, just the fact that we were able to get this win, not only for ourselves and for confidence going into our next game, but for our fans as well.
Microphone over here. Eric, here we go.
Mariya, at the end of the game, after it was over, you were obviously, celebratory like everybody else, and you're also in a ton of pain. What's it like for those two things to be going on at once? You're just wanting to get up, but not.
It's just a hard lesson that I have to learn because our nutritionist preaches to me all the time, and our trainer, that I need to drink more often. And when I'm in the heat of the moment, that's not what
water.
I'm thinking of.
That's water. Just want to make sure we clarify that now.
Water.
Holy cow.
Water. Drink water. And when I'm in the heat of the moment, all I'm really focused on is the next play instead of like my body. So, I mean, I was in pain, but it was my fault. Water.
Myisha, you touched upon this about getting back to the Sweet 16. I mean, I know it's not a given every year, but how appreciative are you all of this after missing out last year and coming so close last year?
Yeah, my freshman year was the first time we made it to the Sweet 16, and we had seniors on the team. And, you just play for your seniors once it gets to the end because this could be their last game, and you don't want to see them go home heartbroken. But getting back to the Sweet 16, it just gives everyone else confidence. We know Coach Walz and our staff will give us a great game plan going into this game, and we just got to stick with it and stay pushing and get to Elite Eight next.
Back of the room.
This for all three of you. How long will you kind of enjoy this win before you start thinking about that Sweet 16 game in Oklahoma City?
For the night.
Yeah, for the night.
I'd say it end tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say the same thing. I mean, we play, I think the next game is Friday.
Yeah.
And we play.
We leave Wednesday.
I'm not sure who we play yet, but we need to be prepared for that game because it's going to be huge. And, I mean, it's one game here. We can't get too up about this game. We have to stay right at the right point. So we just got to keep our game plan going.
Last question for student athletes on the mic right here.
Myisha, it seemed like every time you had the ball in your hands during the fourth quarter, you had a smile on your face, whether you're ripping a rebound or taking it for a layup. What was going through your mind? I mean, were you aware of how close you were to clinching?
Yeah. Every rebound I pulled down, I was just like we're one step closer, and that was just the mindset. If you get a stop, you're one step closer to getting to the Sweet 16. We get a stop, we're one step closer. So, every time I was able to get up there and get a rebound, because they're great rebounders, they're top in the country in rebounds. So every time I was able to get one in the fourth quarter, it was just like, yeah, we're one step closer. Give the ball up to one of our guards and let's go work on the offensive side. But it's just like one step closer. That's my whole mindset going in the fourth quarter.
Great. Thank you, ladies. You can
Thank you.
go to the locker
Thank you
room.
guys
We'll
so
have-
much.
Take questions for Coach Walz, please.
Hi, Lola.
Say bye.
See you soon.
Got school tomorrow, don't we?
Coach, you talked yesterday a little bit about the importance of your bench, in particular Sierra. How well do you think she played in her minutes, and how big was her role in limiting the Lady Vols inside game tonight?
I thought our bench was fantastic. Right down the line. Even Sierra did a great job of bodying up in the post on Mercedes, which we need to keep her as far out from the basket as we could. And then she made a big time move for us. She had a big time basket when we needed a bucket. So I was really proud of her. I thought Brianna Jackson came in and gave us a lift and did some good things for us. Sam Furing hit 2 big shots there in the first half. It was a team effort. I'll tell you, Sydney Sembrada is one that, you look at the stat sheet and you're not even going to see that she did much except for pick up 2 fouls. But she picked up a huge charge. And then all I care about is plus minus. At the end of the day, I look at when they're in the game, what did we do as a team? And I'm really looking forward to seeing what she did in her 6 minutes, because I'm willing to bet you we're probably plus 6 or plus 8 in the 6 minutes that she was in the game, because it puts another shooter on the floor, which then helps spread the floor, which is what we needed to do, because things were getting a little clogged up and jammed up, and they were backing off our non-shooters. But she did a really nice job of coming in there and staying composed and doing what we needed her to do.
Howie.
Coach, we just saw a video of you coming into the locker room for the first time after the game. What was that moment like?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's exciting to see these kids as excited as they are. I demand a lot from them. Because I just don't know any other way to do it. It takes hard work. If you want to be great at something, you've got to put the time in, the effort in, the work. And I hold them accountable to that. So I know what we've gone through. I know how hard they've worked. And to just see the celebration, the excitement, the smiles on their face is what makes this job, as fun as it is and makes everything worthwhile.
Back of the room.
For the first 3 quarters, it seemed like every time you'd get a little separation, Jamie Naird would just come in and nail something on you. She had quite the game against you this evening.
She's a big-time player. Naird, Russell, Reynolds, DeShields. I mean, you just go through the list, and they're all big-time players. We lost her a few times at the 3-point line, which, I can't even make an excuse for because it was just bad. But she made some tough shots too. But it's like we try to tell them. We started the game with some breakdowns, so she got some open looks. She knocks down 2 in a row, and then all of a sudden she's got confidence. And you can't do that against good players. What I did think we did what I think we did well with her was forcing her at times to turn the ball over. I thought we then got some pressure on her, and we were able to create some turnovers.
Jeff, how did you keep Mariya encouraged with a game like this? I mean, her NCAA tournament games hadn't exactly been great.
They've been bad. It's
yeah. Okay. Being kind.
We keep things real around here.
Okay. And in particular, the 3-point shooting. I mean, how do you keep a player like that encouraged when they struggle like that?
As we keep telling them, shoot or shoot. And what I did is I told her after we came back from the ACC tournament, I'm like, Mariya, just if you trust me with anything, just when you shoot, follow your shot. Just run after it. Shoot it and go after it. It's the same thing I told Antonita Slaughter 4 years ago. When if you go back and look at the way she played before the NCAA tournament, I mean, as we like to say, she couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Antonita was just throwing up brick. It was awful. And I finally said, Antonita, it's not going in, so when you shoot it, just go run after it and get it. You know, I told Mariya the same thing. And, well, what that does for some of these kids is now you stay with your shot. Instead of falling back, you get balanced. And I just say, keep following it, you know. And I was really proud of her because everyone she took tonight, she stayed with. She didn't release it and get back. She kept going with her shot. And we made some big ones. She made some big ones, you know. It was a great ball game for her, and I thought she rebounded the ball extremely well too, especially at the offensive end.
Pretty evenly matched game for the most part. I mean, both teams kind of had some scoring droughts, had some struggles. What do you think it was that really set you guys apart?
Well, I thought we executed extremely well. I think, you know, when I go back and look at this game, I'm going to look at I think we may have called 3 timeouts or 4 timeouts, 3 of them, I think for sure on baseline out of bounds where we got tangled up. We call a timeout. And I think we scored off about every single baseline out of bounds play that we had. And what makes this game fun for me is there were 2 or 3 that we just drew up in the timeout that we hadn't run before, because you get a feel for how they're guarding you, what we're going to do. And as a coach, that's what makes it fun. But you got to have players that can sit there for 2 minutes or 30 seconds, see it, and then go out and execute it. And we did. And we made some big time baskets at crunch time when we needed them.
Eric, standing over here.
Jeff, how important was it to kind of break through this level and get to the Sweet 16 and get for these young players to experience what they're about to experience?
No, I think it was, you know, an important step for especially Mariya, Myisha, and Myisha said it perfect. You know, her freshman year, we get to the Sweet 16, but like I always told Mariya and Myisha, all they had to do was score. You know, I had Bria Smith out there guarding 2 people at one time because Mariya wouldn't guard anybody. You know, Shantae Dyer's out there guarding Myisha's man too. All they had to worry about was scoring. Now they've got to do a little bit of all. And I was really proud of them. I mean, Myisha, and I'll show her on film. This was probably one of the best games she's played since she's been here because she stayed engaged. You know, she missed some shots. She didn't make things, but she kept rebounding, kept defending. And normally she'll check out on me for about 3 or 4 minutes, and she did not do that tonight. And that's her next step in the evolution of her game.
On the side.
Coach, going back now to Oklahoma City and potentially facing the same team you did back there in 2013, what kind of memories does that bring back, and what do you need to do? What does this team need to do to, replicate that magic that you guys had the last time you were there?
Well, you know, 4 years ago, it was a special run that we put together. You know, Shoney's not going to come back and play. Antonita's not. So we're going to go with this group. It's a whole new team. It's a new year. Sure, it's going to be fun for us as a coaching staff and Courtney Walton, because Courtney was a part of that team to walk into that arena. You know, just kind of put a smile on your face going, boy, we did some pretty special things here 4 years ago. But you can't really look back at the game and take anything from it. Everybody's pretty much moved on from their team, from our team. It's just, you know, it's going to be a great ball game, whoever we would play.
Up front.
Jeff, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Holly was a little reluctant to give you guys credit for the defensive effort you put up. She said there were a number of factors that contributed to their loss. So looking at it from your side of the fence, what is the one big thing you think contributed to you guys winning and them losing?
We scored more points. It's really what it comes down to. You know, to me, it doesn't bother me if somebody doesn't say, you know, we did this good, we did that good. At the end of the day, we just got to figure out a way to score more points. And we did that tonight. I've never seen a game for the 22 years I've been doing it 2-0. So we figured out a way to put the ball in the basket. Like I said, I thought we executed. I thought our execution was off the chart at times. And you know, I thought we did a great job on our baseline out-of-bounds defense. We came up with 2 steals and then forced them into some bad shots where we're getting layups on ours. And that's what we take pride in. We take a lot of pride in how we sit there and go through and execute. And it was fun to watch.
Any other questions? Take 2 more questions.
I try not to get you in trouble on this, so
all right.
I'll ask it this way. When one team gets 18 out of 20 of the free throw attempts, what do you say to your kids to keep them focused? Well,
it was poor coaching. I've got to do a better job of figuring out a way to get our kids to the free throw line. It's all it is. I mean, I'm just bad at what I do when it comes to that. Okay? I thought we did some really nice things of driving the ball to the basket. I thought we attacked, but I've got to do a better job of teaching them how to get fouled. So that's really what it all comes down to. It's all on me.
One more question? Anyone?
Yeah, please.
In the back.
Do we have school tomorrow? Yeah.
This question is for Lola.
Lola, question.
Lola, how do you think Dad did tonight?
Good.
Is he the best coach you know?
Yes.
Thank you, Lola.
Did you cheer hard tonight?
Yes.
Who did you cheer for? Tell them who you cheer for.
Mariya and Myisha.
Mariya and Myisha. And Asia.
And Asia.
All right, thank you, everybody, and I really appreciate the media coming out here. We just really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much.